Hey, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our GuanYin Dharma Assembly. Today we're celebrating GuanYin Bodhisattva's Enlightenment Day. So it's nice to see you again. We just finished our summer teas yesterday, and today it's very auspicious that we have GuanYin Bodhisattva's Enlightenment Day celebration. It's nice to see you again, and we hopefully are plan to return to regular activities starting next weekend. And so, speaking of enlightenment, I didn't notice that not many people became enlightened. I think 0 people came enlightened this summer teas. I know, it's so sad. But a lot of people are on the way, so hang in there. It takes hard work and it takes time. And I'm very pleased with our communities. People, even though they are not no one became enlightened this summer teas, but quite a few people improved as usual. It's so impressive that you all have somehow figured out how to cultivate and improve. What you've been doing, whether it's sitting, whether it's chanting, whether it's fasting, whether it's whatever, it seems to be working. So keep it up. Very, very special that many of you are doing different things. It seems to work very well. I'm very pleased with that. I'm so proud of you. Of course, I'm very grateful for the support we received throughout the years. It's been 20 years now straight where we organize teas, one in the summer and once in the winter. And for that, it's quite an incredible feat. Almost 20 years now. And so it takes a lot of blessings, it takes a lot of hard work, and for that, we can't be grateful enough, not only for the support, but also the guidance from our teachers and the support and the help from the Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas. All right? You have to understand that as illustrated personified by the people here in our community. Actually, a lot more people are cultivating invisible beings cultivating with us as well and helping us along as well. So we're not alone by any means. But I'm pleased with your progress. And why enlightenment? Enlightenment because it's the best thing possible you can do this lifetime. Okay? It will far surpass anything that you can do this lifetime, and not only about for your future, meaning that once you reach its level, it's forever. Okay? And it's a very difficult thing to do, and yet it's so remarkable that many people, the people in this community are consistently moving towards that direction, okay? Some slower than others, some faster than others, and so forth, but you're all progressing along. I'm very pleased with that, all right? Thank you for your hard work. We will continue to march forward and set the standards for American Mahayana. What we did today is to conduct a ceremony And I'm pleased with the results, the hard work there, that lots of time that was put into preparing, rehearsing for the ceremony. Thank you for that. I would say, I'd like to tell you that remind you again, we're starting American Mahayana here in the U.S., and we plan to share it with the rest of the world, whether it's Vietnam, whether it's Korea, whether it's China, and so forth. We're doing it already. But American, I call it American Mahayana because I want to set a new standards. I want our ceremonies to be better than the Chinese. We learn it from the Chinese, but I intend to surpass them by training you, making you do it better. And better than Japanese, Korean, you name it, okay? And why is it better? It's better because, number one, your Kung Fu is higher. Okay? The people who do the ceremonies, they're very important because they're leading the assemblies, and therefore, unless they have Kung Fu and have Samadhi power, they cannot lead. To lead the assembly is a very difficult thing to do. It's very heavy, it's heavy duty, it's hard work, and therefore you need to have enough Kung Fu to be able to pull it off. And that's what we've been working on since I first started. Build up the Kung Fu. So that's the number one. Okay, I need to have a certain standards of Kung Fu where you'll be hard-pressed to find anywhere else that would have this kind of level of Kung Fu consistently, okay? So overall, we're about 70% there, overall. So one aspect is that Kung Fu is there already. I can't think of many places where they're able to compete with you, number one, okay? And number two is the ceremony standards. The chanting is not bad, okay, and it's pretty good today, but it will be better, okay. I hope it will get better. So ceremony-wise, it's about 70%. Overall, it's about 75%, okay. But because Kung Fu level is about 85%. Okay, of completely giving no one a chance to catch up with you. Okay, when I do things, I'm very competitive by nature. I intend to surpass everyone by far. Okay, that's how you set new standards, because it's so far ahead that everyone feels compelled to catch up with you. Okay, and so ceremonies should get better. Your skills of using Dharma instruments and chanting should keep on improving. Okay, and number three, it's very important as well. In importance is the transmission. Okay, we want to share it. Like the Dharma instruments, for example. When I was listening to the chanting yesterday at Go Forest, I couldn't hear the woodfish, the big woodfish. Okay, we should. Before you get started, I'd like you to maybe rehearse and make sure that where when we broadcast them to our locations, other locations, make sure they can hear everything. The big woodfish yesterday, I couldn't hear anything. Okay, and it depends on the person. So you need to remind people that there's certain standards where, because we do an inter-temple broadcast, the quality of the Dharma instruments and the playing, and the chanting should be of highest quality possible, and that's under your control. You need to pay attention to hit the woodfish and use the audio and video equipment so that we can see them, you can hear them. All right? This is important. This is why eventually down the road in the future, people will tune in from all over the world to join your ceremonies. Because every time you do that, you are helping a tremendous amount of people. Okay? I'd like to maintain a high quality of ceremonies to the point where people would like to tune in and take advantage of it and benefit from it. Okay? I'm very demanding by nature, so my standards are very, very high. And we're out to create new standards because I don't like my master's standards. I feel they're too low. Okay? And we have to be better ourselves. Okay? Because every time we do that, like today, we're making an offering to GuanYin Bodhisattva. Okay? And that if you do it out, we are at our best. We're creating inconceivable blessings for us and for the people who tune in. Okay? Give them a reason to tune in and join in. All right? That's how you help propagate Mahayana. My master talked about it and gets his disciple excited about it, but he failed to define the standards. Okay? For example, he talked about translation. I feel he never really defined the standard for translation or enforced it. He talked about training. He never really sets the standards for training. I intend to spend the rest of my years training you, okay? Training your generation and third generation, help you train in third generation so that we are able to transfer the knowledge of Chan, of Secret School, of Vinaya, of Pureland, so forth, to your future generations. Okay? So that the Dharma lives on, it carries on through you. Because after my master died, his Dharma died with him. And that to me is a shame. It's a treasure that needs to be passed on, not modified, not corrupted, okay, and diminished. I prefer that it gets better, gets stronger, and so forth. So I have a lot of ambitions. I'm patiently implementing. All right, and so we will continue to increase the standards by delivering, not by talking. The Chinese, the Vietnamese talk too much. They don't do enough. Okay? And so it's about you. It's about you getting better and better and better. Why? Because you'll be happier yourself. You'll be happier inside. Okay? It's not easy. It's hard work to get there. But they're very worthwhile. Personally, I find it very worthwhile. Okay? And a lot of people, a lot of our disciples also agree. That's why they're still working hard. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Any questions, comments? Okay? And what else can we talk about today? So have a few more minutes. No questions? Then we can take a break and wait for lunch. No? Anyone wants to talk about anything? Yes, Wei Mountain.
Amitabha Master, I just want to say thank you so much. This Chanchi was extremely good, extremely painful, but extremely good. I feel like near death and an exorcism, and it's just a lot of stuff going on. But I think I got help to work in a lot of stuff. So I don't know, I just a thought came like all the work that you do and Master C and Master S and Sangha, and I know Venerable XS was there with us. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. It was a really great experience, despite of all the pain, but I think it paid off actually. It became the rewards bigger than the actual pain. So thank you so much, Master.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it's a lot more going on we care to explain to you. So that's why just the biggest deal is that you look around you. People are much better than you because they follow the instruction and follow the schedule. That's very assuring, should be very assuring for you that it worked for a lot of people. It should work for you too. Okay? So, again, it's hard work. It looks like we are easygoing and we joke and we laugh, and at lunch in particular, it's very loud. We don't intend to change that. Unlike the typical temple where it's quiet and you can even hear a mosquito coming at you. But because I want to teach you about kindness and compassion, that's very important to us. You know, one thing, for example, today is GuanYin Bodhisattva's Enlightenment Day. Okay, you know, why did he become enlightened? He became enlightened because I see it's lacking in quite a few of you. Why did she become enlightened? Anyone else? She became enlightened because she did something right, very right. She did something that many of you are lacking. She developed profound compassion. Okay, so that's why these higher beings will come our world so that they show us how to do it. They teach by example, and so so we following in their footsteps by developing our compassion, and compassion starts with kindness. You want to be compassionate, you have to start by being kind. Okay, so that's why we put a lot of emphasis in kindness and compassion in our community. Okay, we patiently wait for you to wake up one day and understand it. Okay, so without compassion, because having compassion, never mind by great compassion yet, having compassion, you cannot have great compassion until you start with compassion, and then you increase it. So you expand compassion to more and more people, one step at a time. And to have compassion requires you to not be so preoccupied with yourself. Your secular life, you're constantly plotting and scheming for yourself, for your family. Okay? And that's why we created this community here, so that when you're here, you should feel less compelled, less obligated to plot and scheme for yourself and your family. Okay? And develop that compassion and see, instead of criticizing others, we should look at their suffering. Okay? When people are wrong, instead of blaming them, instead of instead of criticizing them, instead of punishing them when they're so wrong. You should learn to look at their suffering. When they're angry, look at their suffering. When they're greedy, look at their suffering. When they're stupid, look at their suffering. Don't blame them. That's how you develop compassion. All right? Anyone else? Otherwise, I end the talk. Yes, one.
Master, I have a question. So when we're doing assembly, my son likes to hang out in that area next to the window. I think it's a lot of energy there. Probably he likes to sit there. But I'm very uncomfortable because we're bowing, and he's in front of us. So I was telling him, when we are bowing, try not to be there. Is that right instruction?
No, it's not necessary. If he keeps on receiving our bows, then he has no choice to become a Buddha. It's an opportunity for him. So remind him when he's a bit older and say, we used to bow a lot to you. Okay? So now you have no choice. You have to become a Buddha. The sooner the better. Okay. Right? Agree? Yeah? All right. So I wouldn't worry so much about it. First of all the mistakes you make here at the temple, if you do it because you do it out of ignorance, okay, then we don't blame you. Okay, we will assume responsibility for you. Okay, because there are lots of things that ordinary people don't understand. That's why when they show up in the temples, the monks and nuns tend to be very strict with them, because it's in order to protect them, prevent from making mistakes and creating offenses, which they will make them suffer, so that when they come to the temple, it should be beneficial for them instead of as an opportunity for them to create offenses and get in trouble. Okay, so we know that. So that's why you should be appreciative of the monks and nuns at the temples who are very strict. Don't let the kids run around. Don't be quiet. Don't talk at the lunch at the dining hall and so forth. It's a proper approach, but we do it differently based on the fact that I recognize that you create a lot of offenses. And unintentionally, some intentionally, some unintentionally. If you create offenses out of, if you don't intend to cause problems, then we'll cover for you. But you come here with the express purpose of stealing from our people, okay? That you walk around and see who leaves some bags unattended, a phone that when there's no one around, so that you can take advantage of it and grab them, you will go to the hells. I guarantee you that. No one can save you. But if you commit offenses unintentionally, and then we cover for you. It's nothing to worry about. Since we know the kids, they make a lot of noises and like to roam around, and sometimes they cry. Adults cry too, by the way, and that's creating offenses. And we cover for them because that's what we do. Otherwise, you have no chances to make progress. So that's why the typical temple, even like at my master temple, they're very strict because they cannot protect you. They are not willing to bear consequences for your offenses. Okay, that's why they're scared. Just imagine, and then it makes me think, what about the offenses that they cannot help. Okay, and that in that case, what happened to my master's temple is that my master then takes care of them, takes care of it without saying anything. Okay, but I explain it to you because after I'm gone, someone has to take care of it. Okay, and so that's why I don't go to his temples anymore, because I know I go there, I create offenses. No one's going to cover for me. All right. So I wouldn't worry. Okay. If as long we allow it to happen, it's okay. Okay. Even in my early days, I allow people to bring in dogs. Some of them are very attached to the dogs. They walk in and they bark and they roam around. Okay, and people used to frown, and I say, okay, it's okay. We can bear with it. But later we chose to stop doing that because we were afraid of fleas. All right? Okay, I wouldn't worry. Anyone else? Has any questions? Of course, as usual, if you feel there are things that we could do to improve, please feel free to tell us, okay? We're here to try to be better and learn how we can better serve you. This is my attitude about Mahayana. You know, my generation, I see it of people of my generation. They look up to us and they say that, you know, we are supposed to be served as monks and nuns. I don't happen to subscribe to that kind of thinking. I feel that this is Dharma ending age. I'm really offended by the monks and nuns who have that kind of attitude. And they're not different from the people who here, the kids here in this country, who feel entitled. What makes us so different from the kids I see nowadays who are so protected by their parents and feel so entitled to they deserve to be happy and deserve to get what they want. I don't think so. I think the Sangha should earn what they receive. Okay? Let the losers feel they're entitled, but we should be better than that. Wei Bao.
Thank you, Master. I'm not sure I can comment for the Somochi because I can fully participate in Somochi because of I have a guest from Korea for a month, so I only can join the half day of GuanYin Chi and 1 day Pochi, 1 day Somochi, the Chanchi. So, but I realized that I can just focus on the take care of my guest. So I think in the past, I think I blame others like my husband or my sister-in-law, my family, and also I prostrate about my situation. I cannot join the Somochi. But this time, I realized following the master instruction and following the Sangha, I can do the more flexibility. So I'm not like feel it's bad or something like that. Just only according to my condition. So I really thank you, Master, about your guiding and teaching. Thank you.
Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, I'm glad you finally understood that, you keep on cultivating, and one day the reason you change is because you're having enough blessings. That's why you begin to become more generous in your heart. You stop asking for things. You stop scheming for things. And you learn to accord with conditions. If the conditions are amenable to us reciting Buddha's name, meditating, we take a chance. If they're not, then we try our best, that's all, okay? And everyone goes through what you're going through. Yes, begin at first, you become really afflicted and whined, okay? But eventually, if you don't quit, you hang in there, eventually you understand. And the reason you change is because you improved and because you have more blessings. You're not as worried about it, okay? Actually, now that's part of cultivation, to accord with conditions. Try your best, that's all we have, okay? And what's the main thing in this big Dharma, big assembly? Don't get afflicted for any reason. Okay? You're afflicted, then you're failing. You don't need any good reason. The only reason you need to know for not getting afflicted is that because I said so. Wei Mountain.
Thank you, Master. It was very profound for me to learn that from Master C that during, apologies, I believe it was during the Fochi, that the transmission from Wei Mountain Temple helped liberate sentient beings at DTT. I really appreciate hearing that, and it's been a big motivation for me as I'm working to templatize AV for all the intertemples as well as each way place here in the U.S. So in the spirit of what you shared, I wanted to say that I'm working on documentation for each way place to have a pre-Dharma talk checklist to help all of the operators to ensure we can increase the quality and have a more standard approach.
Great. Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
And I wanted to share too that especially for big ceremonies like the upcoming Emperor Liang, that I'm going to work on setting up a process so that we can have a dress rehearsal, especially for the number of microphones that Sanghans are utilizing in the levels, as well as the questions coming in between setups. I'd be happy to support a dress rehearsal or two to make sure everything is operating to a standard that helps everyone who receives the transmissions.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for your commitment. You know, when we first started this, we started this since Lu Mountain Temple. Okay. And we are a lot poorer back then. And yet I saw it as the future. And the future is that the intertemple, the concept, I love to hear of the concept of intertemple, and so we're building upon that. We keep on investing. This is, to me, very high priority, okay? Because, look, we have to go to our students, because like you cannot go to Lu Mountain Temple, Wei Mountain from up here. You have commitment to your family, to your jobs, to your life, okay? So if you even can make it, for you to even make it to the temple, it's very difficult for you. It's a lot of commitment for you, a lot of sacrifices for you, okay? So that's why we try to invest as much as possible into the intertemple things, and even beyond that, we record it and we even broadcast it. Okay, so not only is it between intertemple, but I think we need to also to invest in broadcast equipment. Okay, so that more and more people can take advantage of it. Again, we worry about producing the goods, meaning do a great ceremony. That's why I intend to keep on improving our ceremony, the quality of our ceremonies. Okay, so that more and more people can tune in and take advantage of it. All right? Okay, thank you. Thank you for your input. We stop here today and take a 5-minute break, and then we'll come back and do the lunch offering. Thank you.